work out real good. In addition to that, that was the third way, the app. The fourth way is on our website. And on our website, simply go to automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. Click on the radio show up at the top of the page. The drop down will give you the option. If you're there at 5, then you'll hear it live right there on our website. If you miss any one of the shows and want to catch up, just go to the same place, automaticlandlord.com, top of the page, real estate show. Pick one of the broadcasts, and you'll see them in chronological order with a short note there. And in the note is also embedded a link to the full recording of the show. .com/The Real Estate Show. If you already have a Facebook account, just search for it as all the words together, The Real Estate Show. And here we are. And so that's 5 different ways, 5 times a week, 5 p.m. And to get your daily dose of the real estate information that you need to make more profitable decisions about real estate. I got a great show for you today. I just got done in a meeting. Once again, a couple weeks ago, you heard me. I was in an auditorium with about 600 top agents. And we're just getting the word here that the REO and the need for more REO agents is coming. And so we are actually looking to add a couple of agents here to work with. No matter where you are here in the Florida market. In fact, and no matter where you are in the country, because we have access. These institutions are coming to us and saying, hey, can you handle additional REOs when this comes? And yes, we're a little early. We're talking a little early, but you see, here's the thing. We need to get some folks. We're now offering free training for REOs to get certified, free training that these institutions will recognize, putting you at the top of the list to get these REO properties before they hit the MLS. And so that's really good. If you're interested in learning more about that, you can text the word REO to our smart text line. That's 561-861-2366. That's 561-861-2366. And text the word REO to and we'll have this REO 8, so 612 so 36. See Tish Hoskins 6, and I'll be happy to. John, you might be interested in this as well. This is going to be a great opportunity. So hello to John there on our Facebook. Hello to Felipe there, and Sam I am from California IA. So we got California in the house. Both I see North and South California. I see South Florida, the East Coast, Boca Raton. And where are you from, Tish? What part of listening from? Anyway, so this week we start out the week talking about the moratoriums, and while we're still in the same, I would say, vein that we're talking about, the REOs are something that's probably going to be a result of lifting the moratoriums on evictions, the moratorium on foreclosures. And for those of you who might not be listening to the radio show on a regular basis, the foreclosures have already started. And that's an important thing to know. In fact, I got some notices from the foreclosure website here in Broward County. We got some notifications on the foreclosure site in Palm Beach County. And we're now looking at what areas also, both in the Texas and the Florida markets, which are our personal 2 favorite ones. So Tish is right here in Broward County. Oh, that's good. That's going to be easy. And you're going to love the training that we've got. I mean, this is top notch, top level teachers here that we're talking about that is going to come give us that REO training and certification. So let's hop over there. I did mention, by the way, the 5 different ways that the radio show comes every day, 5 days a week. But I forgot to mention that if you didn't get enough of your daily dose of real estate, remember, you can always get your mega dose. In other words, catch up all of our shows starting Sunday nights at 9 p.m. You can catch our a repeat of all of the week's shows starting there at 9 p.m. Same place where you're listening right now, all different 5 different ways. And all you have to do is show up at 9 p.m. on Sunday nights. Also, don't forget that we have upcoming tomorrow night. We have our real estate show listeners Biz Connect. That's sort of our networking party that we have on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Where we talk real estate, entrepreneurship, a whole bunch of different things. And it's an opportunity. We're going to talk a little bit about the new software program we developed just for this. So it allows our listeners to network with each other and promote great people like John Brown, the best handyman in town, and Tish. Hope you'll put that on your calendar as well. So if landlords and so forth, I wanted to tell you that I spoke with 2 different credit folks today, and these are people who are needing the credit repair. And it's kind of interesting because the first one was a retired software programming many years ago, and was doing some high stuff, and was diagnosed with early dementia. And you don't really know. Apparently, research says that dementia occurs 20 years before it manifests itself. So there may be instances, sometimes you and I forget things and we wonder, I hope that's not age setting in. But what happened is that obviously, just imagine for some of these high degree technical positions like a software engineer starting to suffer from dementia, he ends up going on disability and then having issues with the disability insurance, and then of course income stopped, but this disability didn't start, and then it was reduced, and there's a dispute. Long story short, what happens? Credit issues, delays in payments because money not coming in, money can't go out. Anyway, they the credit scores were very adversely affected, and mortgages that happened a long time ago were still reporting, and they had hired a credit agency before, and the credit agency told us nothing that could be done. Now, as you know, 21 plus year mortgage industry here, I was reading credit reports before there were credit scores. So you had to literally read the credit report line item by line item, understand who the individual creditors were, what kind was that, an A, B, C, or D type of a credit lender. What would that mean in terms of whether this was a good borrower, what types of credit were more important, had higher priorities, et cetera. Make a long story short, I could read your credit report and I could tell you a little bit about you. Anyway, after reviewing his credit report, I says there's absolutely a lot of stuff that your last credit repair agency didn't address. Inaccuracies, outdated information, errors, not to mention disputing some of the late payments themselves. One thing that also would benefit by going to our credit accelerator workshop that we're giving tonight at 8 o'clock. If you're interested in attending that, type the word credit to 561-861-2366. And then another, just from the other gentleman I was talking to, who said, I'm still dealing with some of these things. My income is very erratic. Should I bother working on my credit right now? And I said, about the ones that are finished up, it's very nominal. It's probably the most affordable credit repair that I've ever seen out there in the marketplace. Timetofixmycredit.com. And process that you learn of what matters more, what matters less, doesn't matter at all, and what absolutely must be done will enhance going forward, getting you up there. And like we said, sometimes we have the credit improvement is in spurts, but there's always an initial boost, and then there's the additional spurts that we get depending on when we resolve certain things, and certain things can be bunched. We have a staff of credit attorneys specialized in that niche market. Anyway, enough about that. Again, if you want to attend that tonight, if you'd like to get a free invitation to our Zoom call, the meeting is done virtually. All of these workshops that we do throughout the week, from our debt elimination program that we did on Monday. Tuesday, we have our credit. Wednesday, we have our Biz Connect. All those text words, just go to the same number, 561-861-2366. You get the specialized information. There's some cool reports that follow right after. No one will call you if you don't want them to. There's no harassment or anything like that. So no cost, no obligation. What else do you want? So anyway, we're coming up against a break right here. We're going to take that quick break, and then I want to come back and I want to talk about some specific REO information that as a consumer you want to know, as an agent you have to know, and as an investor you sure would like to know. So don't touch that dial. You're listening to The Real Estate Show. My name is Eric Willner, and I will be right back. Well, that's cool, Broward. You're right here in our backyard. Who knows? You might even be in my backyard. We've got, let's see, did we cover what we wanted to cover there? Automaticlandlord.com. You can also check that out as well. In California, been out of circulation for a little while. Haven't seen you in a little bit, not on our coaching calls, but I'm glad you're on our radio show here today. Hope everything has been well. Recent notes. Suggested traffic is moderate. Coming back. Hey, Felipe. And welcome back. For those of you just joining us here on The Real Estate Show, my name is Eric Willner, and I am your host. And if you're joining us, whether it's live on the 1470, on the AM dial, on the FM dial, on the apps that access all the dials, the free apps, the iHeartRadio app, the TuneIn app, the radio.com, the WWNN app of favorites. A lot of people are listening on the apps now, being able to listen to their favorite radio shows and stations right on their phone on the go. So certainly, hopefully we're one of them. Bookmark us. The TuneIn app is kind of cool because it has an alarm and a reminder. It'll pop up and remind you every day, 5 days a week at 5 to join us here on The Real Estate Show. So before we took our break, we were talking about this REO, and let me just tell you, if you're not in tune with what's going on, the banks, the lenders are gearing up right now. In fact, kind of some interesting, and I'm at liberty to share some of the sort of industry insider information. It's not necessarily proprietary information, but it's something, like I said, that consumers ought to know what's going on, because whether you're in a good place right now and you're considering Tish is asking on our Facebook Live, the text line, the smart line is 561-861-2366. 2366 is the last four numbers that are not correct. In fact, if you wouldn't mind typing that in there in the comments, the correct number is 561-861-2366. The three keywords that you want to text there separately, but the word credit, the word REO, right, and the word investor. And each one of those will get you separate information, and that's the correct number. So you're very welcome. And in the arena of this whole REO situation that's going to unfold. Now, there are some folks out there, and I guarantee you the media will jump on the bandwagon, and they're going to create this to be the worst thing that could happen. And here we go into, the Great Recession all over again. Not necessarily. Great. Perfect. Thank you, Tish, who typed into our Facebook Live chat. You see it under her name, the correct number, 561-861-2366. So as I was saying, we're now an eliminator, but what they're looking for is our agents who have had REO experience. Now, absent that, the training that I offered here earlier will cover a lot of that. But what they're looking for, hopefully, is years of REO experience, and I can show you how to get that. Uh, and hopefully 3 years of experience in general in real estate. In other words, licensed for 3 years. Those are the ideal qualifications right now. Now they'll take other things, and after you go through the training, you'll see how to present yourself, what to say, what makes you unique, and not just another same agent in the sea of agents that are out there. Do you know that there are over 2.1 million agents in the United States? Over 1.4 that are members of the association, and about a little bit more than a quarter of them right here in the state of Florida, just to give you an idea. And there's a lot of those. There's a small percentage, the 80-20 rule, of 80% of the business is done by 20% of those agents here in Florida. But here's some other characteristics that you may want to have. And by the way, you're going to want to have a resume handy. But experience in repair management, experience in renovations. I hope this is hitting a couple of you investors out there who have experience in renovation management, repair management. Do you have a select group of vendors on speed dial in your local market? And then, of course, we're talking about this REO certification, which, like I said, it's absolutely free, but it's by invitation only. It's about the number 561-861-2366, which is in the chat. All you have to do is text the word REO, and we'll talk about the additional requirements to be invited. And you just need to be sponsored by somebody like myself. Property management experience is a big plus in this arena, and as you know, we've got that covered there. And then, of course, we'll talk about the training some more. A couple of interesting terminology, and like I was saying before, the amount of expertise that's in the room that we were talking about is pretty amazing. National level expertise. We're not just talking about local. So these are national with national REO vendors, which are some of the people who service it. But more importantly, the REO, what I call them, custodians. And there's Simone from Boca Raton back on our Facebook page. Hi, Simone. But for those who are wondering, like, what's he talking about? This REO. And for those of you who may not be familiar with that, you're going to see those three letters spoken quite frequently. I would estimate sometime in the next 3 to 6 months, you're going to hear that a lot more. But simply put, an REO, which stands for real estate owned, is a property that's taken back through either a legal foreclosure, a deed in lieu of foreclosure, and we'll talk about what that is, or any other properties, or even notes. And this is what's interesting: purchased on the second market, sometimes from properties that were already foreclosed. The notes, then they sell. They put these notes together in packages, and then they sell them off. So you'll also hear them referred to as corporate-owned real estate, and that's not IBM owning real estate. That's your Wells Fargo's, Bank of America, and those kind of things that will then have them categorized or tagged as either REO properties or as the corporate-owned properties. Now, these properties are on the books as a distressed asset, which causes banks to have to hold back additional reserves. And for that reason, many banks want to get them off the books. And traditionally, and I would say up until 2010, it was a saying that was up until then true, is that the banks are not in the real estate business, banks are in the lending business. But all of that changed in 2010. And not only are banks now in the real estate business, then they also spurred the creation of a lot of hedge funds and SPACs and these different organizations that are in the real estate business. And banks right now, and one of the part of the training that we're talking about for REO agents that I made a call for, is that some of the banks will take the properties back, but will not immediately put them on the market because they will keep them for rental income to help recapture some of the losses while holding the property, not receiving the payments. So there's a very interesting twist, and this is why I wanted to bring this to the radio show today in our tools, tips, and techniques. We have some very interesting information. You're going to stay tuned to the Real Estate Show on a regular basis over these next 3 to 6 months. And like I said, if you're an agent out there and you want to get involved in the REO business, text the word REO to 561-861-2366. If you're an investor that wants to learn about the REO business, text the word investor. We're going to have a different conversation, but a very important one. And then again, if credit is the top word on your mind, type the word credit to the same number, 561-861-2366. We'll have a separate off-the-air conversation about that. It's always free. There's never an obligation, no commitment, but it will be informational to you. So that's it for today's show. We'll be back again, same place, same time, same place again tomorrow. So until then, this is your host, Eric Willner, for the Real Estate Show, saying drive safe, wash those hands, and make it a great day. Bye-bye. Marcio Amorim is in the house. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it. And you as well. And we are off. So, hi to you. It's Julia. Hey, Julia. Jordan wanted to come over today. He was asking to go to Vovos. So let's see here. Wow, look at that. The phone is a-going. Text message. So great stuff. And I didn't even get to cover even the beginning of what's coming and what's going on. We got some great opportunities for investors. We got some great opportunities for agents that want to work along with us. And this is talking about working with banks, financial institutions, hedge fund investors, the GSAs, asset management companies, also known as the AMCs, non-institutional owners and lenders, and a secret little word here, the outsourcers. And these are the middlemen that the banks are also going to in lieu of or in addition to the asset managers. So great stuff coming up here. For those of you, we're going to get into more into the REO world. We're going to talk about terminology. You've got to know these words if you're going to talk to these people. So whether you're a consumer, an investor, or an agent, stay tuned. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up right here. I'm going to go take care of these comments and texts. And again, thank you